What is going on, family? Welcome to the Rising Market Moves, where we building legacy one trade at a time. I'm here today with you for this trade review. I took this trade this morning on MNQ in the futures market. I took a L, and in the Rising Market Moves, we do not call L's losses. They are known as lessons here. So we're gonna go over this lesson real quick. So first and foremost, I saw this trade here. I saw this sell side liquidity a little early on in the PM session yesterday, and I was just waiting for price to take it out. And around 8:30, price created a low, which took out the sell side liquidity. So as you can see up here, I got into the trade a little late, but it's a few places you could have entered this trade. But we're going to talk about where I entered the trade. All right. So let me make this a little bit bigger so we can talk about the fair value gap. So we have structure right here. This is a high, okay? The market was going down. We got a lower high here, we got another lower high, so forth and so on. So I was waiting for a significant market structure shift. What happened here? Price broke past this lower high right here with displacement. Notice that I said with displacement. That is key with this strategy. You need a market structure shift followed by displacement. Displacement is a large move, okay? Not something small like this right here. We need it to break past it with a big move. Like the candles are making it known that I'm coming through, okay? So after displacement, we need a fair value gap to form, which it did, okay? Fair value gap formed right here. Now, fair value gap is a 3-candle structure. So we have candle 1, we have candle 2, we have candle 3. We use the top wick of the first candle and the bottom wick of the third candle. If those wicks aren't touching each other or passing each other, then there is a gap, and we map out the gap with a box. And I'll just do it right here for you guys so you can see. I keep my magnet on so it can lock up perfectly. So touch that wick, make it go up to that wick, and stretch it across, okay? I actually label everything as well. So fair value gap. Now, once price turns around and hit that fair value gap, that's when I enter. You can enter off the 50% encroachment line, which is right here. That's just a halfway point in between that box, okay? So once price hit this box, that's where I entered. As you can see, price made a nice move up and then took me out pretty fast, okay? I put my stop loss here because I wasn't comfortable risking more than that right there, which is an issue anyway. We put our stop losses in place due to structure, not on how you feel, okay? If the risk is too much, don't take the trade or cut some of the contracts off. It's that simple, okay? So I made that mistake and it shows right here. So what I should have had done was I should have put this stop loss here under this order block, or I should have put the stop loss under this low right here. I wanted a 1 to 2 or more, or we could do a risk to reward from 2 to 1, or we can do a risk reward to first we take contracts off at a 1 to 1 and then let the last contract run to your 2 to 1. Okay, so let's go over this order block. An order block is formed when we have a down candle when we're going up in the market. We have a down candle right before the move up, okay? So we got this down candle. I mapped it out from low to high. So this space right here, that's the whole order block. Now, for it to be considered a valid order block, you have to have a fair value gap right after it. And here it is right here. So this is a valid order block. As you can see, price went into the order block twice and then it took off in that direction. Okay, and that's the trade right there, plain and simple. You know, you gotta put your stop loss in place based off of structure. I'll say it again: if you can't handle the risk, just don't take the trade. Now, inside the Legacy Lab, which is the Discord, we got a section in here called Wins and Lessons, and I also went over this in the Discord. And I won't go over the entire trade breakdown that I put in there because I just went over it, but I will go over some key points that I put in the Discord. Okay, so let me switch screens real quick. All right, so here we are in the Legacy Lab. Let's pull it up. So this loss wasn't about misreading the market. It was about misplacing trust in my stop. The setup itself was valid. The direction was right, but the conviction was strong. But conviction alone does not protect your capital. Precision does. Even with high conviction, you cannot skip structure. There was a clear bullish order block. This should have been my line in the sand, but I ignored it. Instead of anchoring my stop under the structure, I left it floated under my fair value gap, which made me completely vulnerable. Okay. Now, if price had went past that order block, I was wrong about the trade. Or these are the things I could tell myself. I was wrong about the trade. I could expect price to go the other way. It's cool. Whatever. All right. The market didn't invalidate the ideal. It simply took out weak hands. And I was one of them. Not because my bias was wrong, but because my risk placement lacked respect for smart money behavior. Okay. The lesson here today is let conviction guide your bias, but let structure define your risk. Stops belong under structure, not comfort zones. Okay, protect the play with precision, not emotions. I've been trading for a long time now. I do not trade with emotion. We all know emotions can literally, physically, financially wreck your account. Okay, do not trade with emotion. And if you are an emotional trader, come to the Legacy Lab. We go over these things. We have mindful exercises so that we can get out of this. Okay, psychology is the top thing about trading. Everybody got a strategy, different strategies work, but keeping God in your life first and foremost, and psychology is very important. Swing by. You can get down with us in the Legacy Lab. Okay, all right, so moving forward, we stay sharp. Bias plus structure plus risk equals legacy. All right, don't forget that. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Okay, peace.